Hello again, everyone. Deflect here for But Fair Gaming. I want to bring you a quick video on tank meta. I play a lot of tanks, play them all. I don't have them all leveled currently just because I was focusing on getting some gear on some of them and on my favorite ones. I personally have been playing Demon Hunter. I really enjoy Demon Hunter as a tank. It's my favorite tank to play myself. I don't like Blood DK. I find it just kind of clunky and slow to move around. I like the movement speed of Demon Hunter, but that's my personal preference. I didn't mind Prot Warrior. They were up mid for me, but Demon Hunter and Druid were always my top two favorite to play. Now, getting into this, I just want to show where the tanks are at right now and what tanks are pulling ahead. Now, there were some nerfs on this week. They nerfed VDH, so Demon Hunter, and they nerfed Druid earlier a bunch of times because they thought it was doing too much damage. Well, we're starting to see the effects of these nerfs right now. And you can tell because the top players in the world are pushing different keys with different ones. You can make the argument that because some of the lower ones aren't as high because some of the top players are playing the top ones. Well, there's a reason for that. The top tanks are just better than some of the others. Now, they're all very close, so if you want to push keys, every tank is doing, I think, at least some 20s, but not all of them are doing full 20s. And there's starting to be a big gap between tanks with these nerfs that went through. Demon Hunter was nerfed with some of their self-healing. Druid was nerfed with their damage, and Prot Warrior for some reason hasn't been touched, which is crazy because they are just phenomenal right now. Prot Warrior is definitely number one, and they are just way above everyone else. I believe in Race for World First, some of the guilds were using double Prot Warrior because they were that good. Now, I will show you on the Mythic Plus side. So it's easy. It's just on Raider IO. And you can see very, very easily here that Prot Warrior is number one. It's 29.55 as a top group. They're doing 23s, 22s. And the bottom one is 27.56. Now, I say the bottom one because the bottom one on page one. It's not the bottom tank by any means. They're still top 20 in the world. So these are the elite of the elite tanks. And 27.56, just to give you an indication on the 20th ranked Prot Warrior, is still 100 IO above the best Druid in the world. So you can see here the best Druid only has a few 20s, 121, still has some 18s and 19s. Whereas the Prot Warrior, again, is pushing 23s, 22s. So you're starting to see the gap forming now and starting to see how it is. But if you're looking for the tank meta, what is performing the best right now? Now, this could change season 2. They might make some changes, throughout this. They might even make some upcoming nerfs. I don't know. But currently, Prot Warrior is number one. As you can see, 29.55. I'll just go with the front page because this is the elite of the elite on each one. Blood DK is close. They're only, 75 IO off. And the bottom Blood DK on page one is 26.27. So still very good for Blood DKs. There's still a lot out there pushing keys. This one's all 21s and progressing to 22, 23s for the top. So that's Prot Warrior number one, Blood DK number two. Brewmaster is an interesting one. So Brewmaster, the top Brewmaster is crazy up there. They're pushing 21s, all 20s, like just 120 left to get to a 21, 21s, 22s. So they are doing very well. But then there's a big gap with the 20th ranked Brewmaster is only 2,500. So they're down there in the Druid level. So it's a very tough to kind of put this in third or fourth place. It's in there. And it depends on how you want to rank it. Do you want to rank it with what the best of the best of the best can do? Or do you want to rank it with, what the average of the top 20 can do? So Brewmaster can push crazy high keys, as you can see here, 2840. Or, the average is down around 2,500 on the first page. Prot Paladin is doing very well as well at 2,800 above for the first and 2,600. So if you're going on average of the top 20 in the world, Prot Paladin would actually be third and Brewmaster would be fourth. but still all over 20s. Everything up there. Prop Paladin, very, very good right now too. VDH is pushing a lot more now. They are coming along, and you can see all-time 20s and above 2,800, but down around 20, just under 2,600 for the 20th ranked one. So VDH is still very good. They're still pushing pretty high keys as well. So all the tanks are fairly close to balance. This is just to show a slight discretion in some of the tanks. But the one lagging behind right now is hugely Guardian Druid. Huge lagging behind. 2658 for the top Guardian Druid. And the bottom one is barely above 2,500. So this is the 20th ranked Druid, and they are barely above 2,500. Whereas, you take the very top, they're 248 IO above the Druid in 20th place. So there's a huge discrepancy there. Druid is starting to lag really far behind again. It's just, once you nerf its damage, it just doesn't have what other tanks do. Their self-healing is okay, but they take a lot of damage, and they heal a lot, but they do take a lot of damage. Like, you only have Bark Skin, Survival Instincts, and Iron Fur, and Iron Fur, it doesn't do much. So you usually have to double up on your defensives on big hits. So Druid, you're starting to see it get it punished right now. It is starting to lag quite far behind, whereas everyone else's top player is over 27 minimum, most of them pushing 28s. VDH is almost 28, Brewmaster is over 28, Prop Paladin's over 28, and then the other two are almost 20. One's 29, one's almost 29. So you're starting to see a huge discrepancy in the Druid. The Druid is starting to lag behind. But if you're looking to play a tank, it is a good time. They are all doing very well. If this is the bottom and the bottom is doing 20s, you're in a good spot already. It's week 3. If you have any questions, though, on tanks and how they might be performing, what the upcoming nerfs are, which one you enjoy playing, definitely leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, deflect. Firm but fair gaming. We'll see you in the next video.